Next to me is a $750,000 Bronco. What makes it so expensive, and is this truly the ultimate vintage recreation? Today I'm going to find out exactly that. Under the hood of this Bronco is a 5-liter Coyote V8 mated to a 10-speed automatic transmission. The result is a 0 to 60 time of 5.3 seconds. Now in comparison, the original 1966 Bronco had an impressive 21-second 0 to 60 time. This Bronco was completely built from the ground up by a company known as Gateway Bronco. And not only is it visually stunning, this entire body is made from carbon fiber. This is their newest creation, the Lux GT, that they just unveiled at Monterey Car Week just a couple weeks ago. When the Bronco originally came out, it was pitched by Ford as a 4-wheel drive sports car. And while it went on to become famous from its awesome style, looks, and O.J. Simpson, anyone who's driven the original Bronco knows it's not all that great. So Gateway Bronco has completely redone the car with a more modern driving experience in mind. Not only do we have the new engine and transmission and carbon fiber body, we've also got independent suspension, anti-lock brakes, electronic stability control, and some modern amenities in the inside. Also, one of my favorite parts about this car is the tailgate and this beautiful wood. It's actually just a work of art. Stepping inside the Bronco, we've got retractable side steps to make it easier to get on in, and the interior is honestly spectacular. We've got this all-weather denim, beautiful leather. I love the little embroidery here, the Bronco logo. This looks like a $1,000 expensive Japanese knife. The steering wheel is awesome with this wood trim. I love the beautiful white dash. All of the switchgear is super high quality. We even have Apple CarPlay on this little screen right here. It looks retro, it's got a modern feel, and I'm super excited to drive it. Of course, removable top. We've got space in the back as well. Really, really open and airy. All right, let's fire up this V8 and see what it's like to drive. All right, inside the Bronco now, we've got a very typical Ford key. In fact, it's the new Bronco key. We're gonna go ahead and put it inside this little compartment here. It looks like you could store a gun in here and lock it up nicely. Foot on the brake, start stop button. That sounds pretty damn good. Column shifter, let's go ahead and put it into drive. Says we're in drive, and off we go. I'm actually really excited to drive this thing. All right, literally within 3 seconds of getting behind the wheel, this is by far the best driving Bronco I have ever experienced. A lot of recreations of Broncos have sloppier steering and kind of loose suspension, but this feels really tight and well put together. I'm excited. And obviously driving in twisty canyon roads isn't really what the Bronco is all about, but this is kind of the most stressful environment for a car like this, so to really truly test it, I wanted to bring it to this type of place. I also love the Malibu Canyons. It's a beautiful day out today, so driving it with no roof in the open air is a pretty awesome experience. So we've got that 5-liter Coyote V8, which is pretty darn cool to have a big V8 engine that sounds good in a Bronco. Wow, it's actually pretty fast. Obviously, you know, by today's numbers, 0 to 60 in 5.3 seconds doesn't sound insane, but I believe that's faster than the brand new Bronco. And once it gets rolling, it actually pulls pretty good, and that soundtrack is crazy. But before we continue, I'd like to thank the sponsor of today's video, OBDeleven. Why take your car into a dealership for an expensive diagnosis when you can simply do it yourself? OBDeleven is an officially licensed smart vehicle assistant for your BMW or Volkswagen Group vehicle that allows you to diagnose the vehicle and even customize certain driving functions. It's super easy to use. Simply plug the device into your vehicle's OBD2 port, download an app, and connect via Bluetooth. You can then read out the codes to see what's wrong with the car, clear them, and even share them. And using one-click apps, you can even refine the driving experience of your car by turning off certain comfort features and even unlock hidden features in your vehicle. You can even find information about the vehicle such as year or VIN number. And pro users have access to live data, adaptions, SFD unlocking, and more. So head to the link in the description below to get yourself an officially licensed OBDeleven for your BMW or Volkswagen Group vehicle. That is awesome! And honestly, It feels kind of light on its feet. Obviously, this is a SUV and it's a vintage car, but it does drive like a brand new car that just looks absolutely incredible. Now, it's a bit ridiculous to have a car like this that's built with a carbon fiber body, but I absolutely love it. Now, you don't need to go full out and spend $750,000 on this vehicle. They start at $180, then the Lux GT version starts at $400, and then the options are kind of the sky's the limit. This has everything, that carbon fiber body, a whole bunch of extra options, and of course, that lofty $750,000 price tag. But it reminds me in some ways of the Singer Porsche. It's a modern interpretation of a classic with incredible fit and finishes. Honestly, everything in here is incredibly well done. Nothing about this leaves me going, really? $750,000? That seems ridiculous. It does make sense considering what you're getting, particularly with that carbon fiber body. I mean, think of other carbon fiber bodied cars, what you're gonna be paying. And then the craftsmanship in this interior is amazing. The open air feel is wonderful. The steering is nice and light, but honestly, it's not sloppy in the slightest. It feels very accurate. This is such an awesome car to just cruise around in. I can imagine cruising down PCH, wind blowing in your hair, and just having an absolute blast. It's such an airy cabin. You've got room all the way around you. Tons of room in the back as well. I sat back there earlier to get some B-roll shots of the interior, and you've got tons of leg room, obviously infinite headroom as well. Now, we do have all-time four-wheel drive, so you could off-road this thing, which, if you do get one, that would be a pretty awesome thing to do. I'm impressed. Gateway Bronco has really built an incredible Bronco. Is it worth $750,000? I think to the right buyer, absolutely. Would I get one with a carbon fiber body? Probably not, just because, well, it's not exposed carbon fiber. Now, I don't know how that would actually look for a car of this ilk. Might look kind of silly to have exposed carbon fiber, but I would be curious to see what that would look like. Obviously, it makes it lighter, and it's a really cool flex to say that your Bronco is made entirely of carbon fiber. But if I was gonna option one of these, I think I'd go without the carbon fiber body, but I do absolutely love the livery, as well as the interior color combination they've done with this. I think they knocked it out of the park, and it's probably my favorite looking Bronco I have ever seen. I'm really enjoying this, genuinely. I wasn't sure what I was gonna think. You know, obviously, I'm more traditionally behind the wheel of luxury cars and supercars, not so much vintage recreations, but it's been something I've really been enjoying recently. And I genuinely really like this car. Well, guys, I'm gonna do a couple more pulls so you can hear that V8. It slows down well too. And it sounds absurd. Wow. And I like how it has valves, so it's not annoyingly loud at all times. I'm smiling ear to ear. This thing's pretty wild. Oh man, could you imagine this with the Raptor R engine in it? That's my suggestion. It doesn't need more power, it absolutely does not. It's already kind of crazy fast, but if you wanted to come up with something absolutely insane, the new Raptor R supercharged V8 would be really hilarious in this thing. Oh man, well guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Like always, please browse the channel and subscribe. I look forward to seeing you next video.